Let's welcome the 44th President of the United States, Barack Obama. We are honored and thrilled to have you. Mr. President, Eli was approached by TMZ last year. They asked him, who is your dream guest on the show? And he said it was you. I assume you were watching TMZ and felt pressure to come on the show, right?
I have to confess, TMZ is not on my remote, really, but I was flattered when I heard about this, Eli. Thank you very much. The main reason I'm on, though, I think, is actually Cooper. He called me up, and after seeing him on those Caesars heads, I thought, how could I turn him down?
Oh, Coop's never going to be the same after that.
Yeah. Mr. President, a lot of athletes talk about the difficult transition to life after playing professional sports. I'm sure the adjustment had to be difficult for you after being president of the United States. But in this next stage in your life, did you ever think you'd be the warm-up act for Bill Burr?
Listen, this is a highlight of my week, man. What are you talking about? Burr is actually a funny guy. I've enjoyed his specials. Although in one of his Netflix specials, I think he was cracking on Michelle. So he's lucky that she's not on tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta scratch out some of my jokes then, or questions, I guess.
Not a good move. Not a good move. Mr. President, we both had the pleasure of meeting you at the White House. Super Bowl 50 for me, that was a real thrill. Just be honest, who was the better guest?
Well, I have to say that both of you guys were gentlemen. There was some silverware missing after that visit, but we couldn't directly trace it to you. So, no, we had a great time. Look, one of the fun things about being president, and there's a lot of stuff that's not so fun, is having a chance to greet world-class athletes, giving them a chance to shine, and it's a lot of fun. Although I will tell you, when you get football teams in, I'm a skinny guy as it is, and then when I'm standing next to some of these linemen, or they're shaking my hands and they got like paws, it does make you feel a little bit small.
I get it.
Mr. President, when we both visited the White House, it was such an incredible honor. But in 2016, when Peyton was there, you did an impression of him. I mean, now, do you normally mock your guests, or is that just a special occasion for Peyton? We might have a video. Do we have a little video?
I mean,
let's
face
listen to this video.
Peyton has just a signature, Omaha vibe that you can't avoid. You want to do what he does, right? There's a reason why there's so many people who imitate him, because
here it is.
There's something about that whole cadence that he's got that is unique.
It is.
And let's face it, he's made a lot of cash in advertising off that thing, so it's worked for him.
Let's hear it. I want to hear this. I can't remember this.
Omaha. 44 is Mike.
That's pretty good.
Bags, Montana.
He went with the mic point and the inside zone audible. I forgot about that, Mr. President. Good stuff.
I had it.
Speaking of welcoming NFL teams, you're on record saying the 85 Bears were the best team ever. You welcomed them to the White House in 2011. Tell me the truth. Did you feel guilty because you had Aaron Rodgers and the Packers there earlier that year, and that's why you had the Bears?
It was hard having the Packers and having to be nice to them. But now, look, I moved to Chicago. I'm not a Chicago native. You guys know that. I moved to Chicago in '85, right? So you show up in this city, and you've got this team that captures everybody's imaginations. And the fact that they never got their White House due, I figured, what's the point of being president if you can't make up for that?
I love it.
All right, welcome back. We got Bears and Patriots. Bears are up 3-0. They get the ball back right now. Let's see if they can put together another great drive. We got President Obama with us. You know, Mr. President, a few years ago, Peyton told me that he was going to play golf with you one day at Riviera. Afterwards, I called him to find out how it went, and he wouldn't answer my calls and wouldn't talk about it. I just want to know, how did that day go? Because I have a feeling something bad happened because he never wanted to talk about it.
You know what? We had a great match, and I'm not going to talk about anybody's game because I'm pretty sure I hit into the woods and trees a couple of times. And there aren't that many woods or trees at Riviera. So but Peyton's game's pretty tight. He's got a nice draw on his drive. And, you know, not bad short game for a big guy. But I have gotten better since then, Peyton. So I'm ready for a rematch.
I was impressed with your game. Eli, I was nervous. Big crowd on the first tee. There's no mulligans allowed at Riviera on the first tee. The president gets up, stripes one down the middle. I get up, cold top it into the dune down below. The president pardoned my first shot. He said, presidential ruling, I'm giving Peyton Manning a mulligan. Thank you for that, Mr. President. That was
you
not
know what?
fun
It
for
was
me.
the least
That's
I could do, man.
Thank you.
Because I did feel bad for you. I thought you were a high stakes performer, and
Believe me.
I was a little shocked by that.
I would rather throw 4 interceptions on national TV than do what I did in front of you.
Mr. President, also, I know that when you were president, you also did some youth coaching, and you coached Sasha's basketball team. I don't know if you know, but Peyton is coaching his 11-year-old son's Marshall's football team right now. And I just want to know, do you think it's a good idea that he has 197 plays in their 6th grade offensive unit? Is that a lot, you think?
You know, here's the thing is, the problem is it's believable that he might actually have 194 plays. You might not be making this up.
I'm not.
Peyton, let me just say, I coached the Vipers. We went undefeated and won the rec league championship. But we basically had 3 plays, and a lot of my work was making sure the kids' laces were tied. And
The basics.
that
the
they didn't start
fundamentals.
looking at their nails when the other team was running a fast break on the other side. So my suggestion is similar to my suggestion for the Bears. Simplify that offense a little bit. You know?
Well, they're looking good right now, Coach. They're moving the ball again, and they're in the red
I'm
zone.
feeling good, man.
Justin Fields
you
is
know
doing
what?
a good job. He's getting through his progressions.
I think I'm
nice.
going to have to be on this show more often. We might have a better record.
Mr. President, we've let some of our guests predict plays, pass or run. What do you like right here for the Bears down here in the red zone?
Oh, look at
You
that,
know,
Peyton.
well,
You
I
like
missed
that,
that
right?
one.
That's what
And
you
we're
like,
about to
right?
go-
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were going to take it all the way in. That was a design run by Fields, right? Keeper?
That was
They
a
haven't-
quarterback run play. That was a play that Eli and I never called. That was not in our playbook when Eli and I were playing, but this guy Fields is tough. He's a
Yeah.
threat.
Well, I will say, as I recall, Eli didn't mind getting hit. You dropped quick, man, when that rush was coming.
I'm smart, but I was smart.
Yeah, Peyton did a lot of audibles. They called a lot of quarterback
All right.
runs, but he
Here
always
right here,
audibled out of it.
All right, I'm going to call the next
Look
play.
at this guy run.
They
Look
just
at this
did
guy
first down?
run.
Oh man,
Next
look
play.
at that.
First and goal from the 3 here. What do you like?
You know, I like a run straight up the middle. I think that just worked, and I think
Yeah,
their attitude is let's
do
try
that.
that again and make sure that we don't do something too complicated that might lead to a turnover.
That's exactly right. That's exactly what they didn't do against the Commanders. They kind of got down there and just couldn't quite finish. So
Got too cute.
I like something up the middle. I don't mind Fields running up the middle too,
Yeah,
or Fields outside.
There you go.
That's okay.
There.
I
believe
the call.
that's a touchdown, people.
That is exactly what it is.
Man,
It's been
the
a
Bears
minute
are
for the
looking
Bears.
good.
The Bears are going to demand that you're a guest on this show
This may be
every week.
I'm trying to figure out, have they scored 10 points in the first half in a while? Or in the first quarter? Or first half?
I don't think so.
I like
Seemed
what they're
like
doing
on any
right
of the
now.
film I was watching. Yeah, I mean, the film I was watching, it's been a struggle. The red zone especially.
Yeah.
So,
No, I
it's funny
I
'cause
like what they're doing here. You know, Eli, you'll appreciate this. You know who I'm really envying right now is the Giants. You know, because Field reminds me a little bit of Daniel Jones.
nice
You know,
call.
obviously we don't have Saquon, but create systems where they can succeed. You know.
Yeah,